I'm here at a manufactured home project I'm just wrapping up, and I want to go over one of the most asked questions I get on any project that I do. What does it cost? What does it cost for the manufactured home? What did the land cost? What did the decks cost for that? What did the electrician charge you? What did the plumber charge you? How much did that cost all in? Was it cheaper to buy it and do it all yourself, or would it have been better to go through the manufactured home dealer and let them do all this stuff? That's what I'm going to try and cover for you today. And I'm going to take you on a tour of the house. I'm going to take you on a tour of the lot itself, and we're going to go over as much as I can remember, and hopefully it helps you out. I'm sure I'll leave something out. Drop in the comments if you have any questions, and let's go check this property out. So this, with manufactured homes, you can either put them in a park, manufactured home park, or if you have land that the zoning allows, you can park them on your own land and set them from there. And that's what I did on this project. So this is a spec home for me, a spec manufactured home. Basically build it, develop the lot, and sell it to a buyer. So that's the strategy that I used here. But hopefully this will help you if you're thinking of doing something similar, or if you just had some manufactured home questions, or you have a piece of property that you're potentially going to put a manufactured home on. Hopefully something in this video helps you out. So this is going to be geared towards, parking a manufactured home on your property and tying it down. Keep in mind that if you're buying a manufactured home to live in or as a real estate investment, the preparation of that land will definitely be a cost consideration that you'll want to account for. So I'm going to spend a lot of this video talking about that. This is going to be a multi-part video series on this manufactured home project that I did. I'll go into some more detail on some of the more complicated or more asked about expenses on a project like this. For instance, the septic tank, I'll show you how that went in. The manufactured home concrete, the runners that this home sits on, I'll do a video on that. And I'll do some extra videos as well as far as different areas that I'm getting more attention on or more questions about, and hopefully it helps you out. So that's what I want to cover in this video. We'll walk around the property. I'll show you everything. But one thing to keep in mind when doing any real estate development or home building project, two types of expenses. There's the obvious expenses, like the home itself behind me. Like, yeah, no brainer, you're gonna have to spend money on that home. How much did that home cost? $86,000 for a display model that the Clayton Homes was switching out their displays. So I bought this one for $86,000 for the home itself. That's an obvious expense. Of course, you're gonna have to spend money on the home. Second type of expense is that I didn't think about that expense. Like, yeah, I knew the home would cost money, but for instance, the deck, the stairs going up to the home, like the dealership threw in some stairs with it, but I wouldn't trust walking up those things. So if you're gonna buy the home and that comes with some steps to get up to it, when you see those steps, you may say that's not gonna work, and then you're gonna have to spend more money on a deck or a better, or maybe the grass itself. Like, I didn't think about landscaping. So I'm going to cover those type of expenses too that went into this project. And I try to do this one top tier. I put grass all around it, built a privacy fence, nice decks, everything. So I'll give you as much detail as I can think of, as much detail as I can remember on the expenses that went into this. And the third bonus expense category is, I knew it would cost money, but I didn't know it would be that much money. Okay, so I ran into that as well, and I'll tell you how I overcame that in dealing with this project. This is the first manufactured spec home that I've ever done. I've bought mobile homes before that were already there and done fix and flips and renovations on those homes, but this is the first new home that I've moved onto a property. And as a real estate investor, is my full-time job, business, and so I had these properties that zoning allowed for manufactured homes, and that's what got me into this project here. And so I'm going to take you on a tour. Let's go check out the lot itself, and then we'll go inside the house. And throughout the video, I'll cover different expenses and stuff like that if I remember them. If I forget, don't worry, they'll pop up on your screen. and I'll put as much details in the description below. I'll also link the additional videos related to this project in the description below. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so I'm going to start out here when you're driving up. So who would think culvert, you know, there's a ditch going out to this property, so you got to be able to drive over the ditch. So we had to put in concrete culverts, dirt to cover it to make a driveway, a couple loads of rock, and then finish it out with a nicer white stone rock on top of it. So there's an expense. If you're not thinking about access to the property, there's one that you're going to have to consider. Then another expense that I had was the fence. You know, I wanted to do this project top notch, you know, to where somebody would say, all right, this is a nice, affordable house. Has a nice fence, has a nice yard, has nice amenities as far as concrete, you know, because you've seen these projects done where they're just parking in the dirt. Their yard is all dirt. You know, it's just a home sitting on a dirt lot, which I didn't want to do that with this project. I wanted to do the best project possible and get the highest return possible when I went to sell it, you know. So landscaping, so when they park, I always have the customer in mind, the end buyer in mind. So when they drive up, you know, they've got a nice driveway. This material, it doesn't get muddy and dusty when it rains, so their shoes aren't going to get all dirty. But when they do park, they're going to have concrete parking, a sidewalk up to their deck, up into their front door. They're going to have a nice yard. All this was expenses that went into expenses. Hopefully I get a return when I go to sell the property. So I had 8 pallets of grass brought in, and the pallets were $175 a piece. And then I had to pay $80 per pallet to get them laid down, which was, in my opinion, that was a pretty good price. The trees, they all had to be trimmed to where the home could fit in here. The deck. So when you go to buy a mobile home or manufactured home from the dealership, the manufactured home dealer is going to offer all of this to you. You know, they can build the decks, they can do concrete work, they can put the skirting around the bottom, and all that's possible. But the prices that I was getting from the manufactured home dealer seemed a little high to me, so I went and dealt, you know, I do remodel projects, fix and flips, so I deal with a lot of subcontractors, and I talked to them, got multiple prices, and every time the price that I was getting from my subcontractors was just more reasonable than what the manufactured home folks were offering. So what I bought from the manufactured home was the house, and that came with the AC and the vinyl skirting. And I know the vinyl skirting is famous or infamous for getting tore apart by weed eaters. And so I put flower beds all around with landscape timbers to help save the vinyl skirting. And I did get a price for doing, so the siding on this mobile home is called smart panel siding. And you can do a skirting around the home with that same siding. The manufactured home dealer that I bought this home from quoted me $4,000 in addition to what I paid for the home to get that skirting done. And I think my subcontractors would have done it for about $3,000, but the vinyl skirting I thought looked pretty good still. And so I just went ahead with the vinyl skirting that was included in that price of $86,000 when I bought the home. So concrete, landscaping, for this concrete pad right here, I paid approximately $2,500. I'll get the actual numbers for you if I can, put them on the screen there or in the description. So then when they showed up to do the skirting, the deck was a little bit too close to the home, and so they weren't able to go behind the deck. And so what I had to do was come in with lumber and skirt out the deck myself. We did that. So it's skirted all the way around. So, you know, raccoons, possums, whatever kind of critters can't just make a home under there. I did have some dogs living under this mobile home before the skirt was put on, so the dogs had to go back home. Did all this landscaping. It's probably about $700 in plants. You know, probably $1,500 between the, maybe $2,000 between the landscape timbers, the mulch, the plants, the water hoses, the sprinklers, and all that. So those are some of the costs. I'll get the cost on the decks for you. Here's the septic system for this home. So the septic guys came in and did that. I had to have a plumber, a licensed plumber, hook the home up to the septic system. So all that costs money. I'll put in there what I paid for the plumber, which was $2,800 to run some water, you know, run the water lines from the city meter to the home and hook it up. Then run the sewer lines under the home back to the septic tank. So it's a 2-bed, or it's a 3-bed, 2-bath. So every, you know, you got to consider your sewer drops, all those, you know, come into the home and then they drop into the septic tank. So he hooked up all that, $2,800. The AC was part of the deal from the manufactured home dealer. The electrician, I'll get you the pricing on that. But you know, they put the pole in the meter box, and then they ran the, you know, the power from there to the home, hooked the home up, and got me going there. So even though the home is done, these are some other expenses that a lot of people may not have thought about, you know, when doing a manufactured home project. And I just hope that helps you out. Septic tank was $9,000 for this home. It's a conventional pump assisted septic tank with an easy flow drain field. So the septic tank drain field is in this area here. And like I said, I subcontracted all that out myself. I just bought the home with the skirting and the AC with delivery from the manufactured home dealers. This is a Clayton home. And then all the rest of it I did myself, as far as subcontracting out, you know, leveling the lot, dirt work, the concrete foundation that this home sits on, the fence, the decks. And I feel like I saved quite a bit of money there. I will do a follow-up video for another part of this series on the concrete runners that are under the home. And that's one example I had of getting a better price by doing the subcontracting myself. I had a quote from the recommended contractor from the manufactured home dealer to do that. Concrete runners, $12,000 plus. I would have to pay for a pump truck, which was probably about another $2,000. So approximately $14,000. And I got with my concrete guys that I've used in the past, and they did all the labor for $2,500, no pump truck needed. Plus I bought the concrete, you know, I paid for the concrete to be delivered and the lumber for the forms that they used. So it was about $2,500 for the labor, about $2,500 for the concrete, and another $1,000 for the lumber. So about $6,000 compared to $12,000 or so that the manufacturer home dealers, concrete guys, wanted to charge me, plus the $2,000 for the pump truck that they were going to want to do the job. So right there, I saved quite a bit of money. You can do that math, and that's a no-brainer all day. Let's go inside the home and check it out. Okay, so now we're inside the home. I'll take you inside, give you the full tour of what I got. So we already toured the outside of the property, talked about a lot of the expenses associated with that. And now we're gonna be inside the home, and I already talked about, I spent $86,000 to buy this home from the manufactured home dealer, the home that we're standing in. And what came with that was the home itself that we're about to take the tour of, the AC units on the outside and inside, hooked up and ready to roll, the vinyl skirting, and the delivery of the home. So let's go see what we got for that $86,000. Let's start in the kitchen. So it's got an island, came with a stainless steel appliance package. Now look at the island. If you can kind of tell, it's got a little bit of a bow in it. Kind of goes like this. So I'm supposed to be getting that replaced. So they did, I mean, I bought this from Clayton Homes. They're really well about the, follow-up customer service. You do a walkthrough and let them know, if you see anything wrong with it, and they fix it. And that's one of the things that they pointed out when I was looking at it. Said, hey, look, the island, the top has a little bit of a bow in it. We got to order a new one. But other than that, here's the kitchen. Lots of cabinet space, drawers, white, clean, crisp look. All the appliances came with it. So we've got a stove, the vent hood, stainless steel refrigerator, ice maker, water maker, all the good stuff that you need. Nice freezer, all Frigidaire appliances, stainless steel. Just a real clean, nice home. Has a, upscale feel to it. The kitchen, the sink, it's got a deep sink. I mean, I guess a farmhouse sink's what that's called. It's got the, it's just in stainless steel. I'm used to seeing them in white. So you got the farmhouse sink, dishwasher, nice Formica countertops, backsplash. You've got upgraded fixtures for the plumbing. So you can sit around the island, some bar stools, and go from there. So this model has the sliding back door out onto the back deck. You can get it with a walk door, and I think the utility room's right there. There's a couple different layouts that you can change up. Here in the living room, entertainment center, built-in type shelves. This particular one has the air conditioned vents in the ceiling, so no floor vents. Apparently that's an upgraded package. So this one was the dealer display model, and that's how they had it set up. So one of the good things that they told me about that was, your furniture placement in the living room, which kind of makes sense. You don't have to worry about covering up AC vents. So you got nice rolled out wood look, vinyl flooring. Let's go into the bedrooms. So this particular model, I think it's 1,140 square feet or 1,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. This is the middle bedroom. It's nothing huge, but it does the job. Nice little closet. Everything you need to get a good night's rest. It's got, smart thermostats, Ecobees, set at 78 in here, and it feels great. So you can tell the home's really well built, really well insulated. Here's the inside unit. So when I got it, the AC was not connected to the ductwork, so they had to come in and do that, but they got it strapped up and sealed up, and it's blowing nice and cool now. So you got your water heater in there with the air handler. I mean, it seems to be cooling really well. Doing a great job. It's got a hallway bathroom here, tub, shower. And like I said, they were pretty well about taking care of any issues, and this one had no water flow coming out of the, the shower head or the tub nozzle there. And so they came in, just cleared out a little, cleared out the line that got it running again. So nothing special, nothing wild, sink, toilet, bathtub, shower. What else could you ask for? Here's the front bedroom. This one's a little bit bigger than the first one that we went in there. Same deal, closet, A little bit more room in this one. It's got, you know, LED can lights, ceiling fixtures, ceiling AC ducts, can lights, recessed lighting. I mean, just a nice, you know, the home just has a nice feel about it inside for $86,000. I think the list price was somewhere around 100, 103 maybe, or 100. So I feel like I got a pretty good deal. I'm sure that's how they want you to feel. And so I feel that way. Behind the kitchen here, you got pantry, shelving. It's also the utility room for your washer, dryer hookups. Dryer vents down there, dryer plug, washing machine. You got your water shut off there. You know, shelf for utility supplies. Here's your breaker box. Here, panels, everything's there. So you've got this panel here, which is kind of like a sub panel, because on the outside where we saw the panel, you know, that's the main panel, I guess. That would be classified, but anyway, 2 panels. And this is the primary bedroom here, primary bathroom. Really nice, deep tub. You know, it just has more upscale feel to it. Nice finishes in this home. Double vanity, toilet. It's got the tub and the shower. So, you know, just, you know, when you think manufactured home or mobile home, this may not be the first thing that comes to mind, but pretty happy with this home and the, you know, the finishes and the level of quality and craftsmanship that went into it, you know. So for what I spent on it, $86,000 for approximately 1,200 square foot home. You know, when you break it down per square foot, this can allow me to have a profitable project here, but also allow somebody to get an affordable home, where the average home, I would venture to say, is probably around $300 a square foot. This one's gonna be quite a bit less than that. And I feel like somebody will get an affordable home on a nice piece of property. They'll own the land and they'll have a quality home here. So if you would, let me know in the comments what you think about the lot, the property that it sits on, the improvements that I did to the lot. Let me know what you think about the home. If you've bought a manufactured home, or maybe you live in one, or you've done one as a investment project. Any comments, anything that comes to mind, drop in the comments. I appreciate you checking out the video. If you would, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit the notifications, and check out some of the other videos in this series. And I'll see you on the next one.